Chelsea, thanks so much for taking the time to talk to us today.
Of course.
Congratulations on winning Big Brother. How do you feel?
On top of the world. What do you mean? I feel so great as a fan. This is a dream come true.
Now, I know it's a little bit early. You've only had a little bit of time to think about it, but what are you going to do with the money? Do you have anything it earmarked for?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, pay the government first, number one. And they're gonna try to get me. And then, give back to my community. That's what I'm gonna do first and foremost. That's what I do for a living. And so that's where I feel like this is a 3 months worth it if I can take what I won and use it to help somebody else. And then after that, give me a nice pair of shoes, some ice cream, and cuddle with my dog. That's it.
Now, what are some of the charities or some of the things that you're involved in and would you like to contribute to?
Yeah, I would love to contribute to my local church. They've done
Right.
so much for me as a youth. And so I'd like to give back to my youth specifically, and anything that department needs, I would love to help. And then I work with foster kids. So knowing that finances is a big thing, I would love to help foster kids in need financially and not let finances be a thing that
Right.
gets in the way of them living out their dreams. So that is what I'm eager to do when I get out of here.
Now, when last night when Mackenzie chose you over Cam, that must have boosted your confidence going into the finale.
Yes. Oh my gosh. That was, if I won against her that last HOH, that was what I needed. And losing and her taking me was also what I needed. I was going to use both scenarios to my benefit. So I was grateful for that move. And I used it to further elevate the type of game that I played.
Now, just so everybody knows, if you had won the final HOH, what would your
Mm-hmm.
decision have been and why?
So many people were banking on me taking Cam. He's been my ally since day two.
Right.
However, if you guys look at how this game has been played since day 45 and who's been protecting who, Mackenzie has had opportunity to take me out. I've had opportunity to take her out, and
Yeah.
we've protected each other. She's played a great game. And at the end of this, if I felt as confident as I did to be number one in this game, I asked who deserves number two, even at the risk of me potentially losing out.
Yeah.
She was the one. I was going to take my girl to the final two with me. Love you, Cam, but Mackenzie has worked her butt off, and I'm willing to risk it for the biscuit. And if I lose against somebody like her,
Yeah.
it was worth it.
Now, two of your biggest moves during the game was you were able to convince Leon, her HOH, not to target you, and you were able to convince Mackenzie to target people who were her own allies. Watching it, it almost seemed too easy. What was your whole approach, and what were you astonished? Were you?
Yeah.
How did you go? How did it go through all that? Because it seemed so easy for you.
It was like unintentionally easy. I thought I'd have to really work hard, a little bit harder in those weeks. But with Leah, I laid out straight facts. I said, hey, starting next week, the trio has numbers. So if we don't get one of them out, then they will run the house. And that was true. I just negated to tell her that I was a bigger target than all three of them. And when it came to Mackenzie, yes, I painted Leah as a big threat, and she was. She went 10 weeks not touching the block as a non Marina. However, I negated to tell Mackenzie that I'm a better competitor than Leah. So I just chose to withhold some information. And I didn't know that the information that I gave to them, which was little, was going to work and make them choose to make a decision that benefited me.
Now, why do you think they not only followed your advice, but they also confided in you and told you did you put that to your social game?
Yeah, I don't know. So it's like either I had a really good social game or they had a really bad social game. I can't even. I have to look back on it. But I did. I everybody knew me in this game as a person where I preach vulnerability breeds trust, and there are things that I chose to be vulnerable with them about, and it bred some trust between me and some house guests to where they did feel like confiding in me about their games. And so I think it is just a testament to my social game and how I've chosen to protect people as well when I had power.
Now, you guys were close since the very beginning of the game, you and Cam. People have wondered and asked, and is there any kind of romantic feelings going on there? Because at times you were bickering like an old married couple.
We were, being in this big brother house, it just makes you go a little crazy at times. So Cam and I, off the bat, knew that we were going to become really good friends. And being in that pressure cooker situation, you really need to find safety and rely on people. And we leaned on each other. I know right now that we are great friends. We will continue to be great friends, and we'll see where our friendship leads.
Now, I assume it was a conscious thing, but right after Zingbot made the comment they made, you kind of pulled away a little bit from Cam. I assume that was intentional because Zingbot basically called it out in front of the entire house.
Yeah, what the heck, Zingbot being messy, trying to blow up my game? Well, I was doing so good. He trying to come in and just, yes, we both, I think, separated from each other, and we had a conversation after Zingbot. He was like, man, Zingbot's trying to mess us up. So we both were aware and didn't take it personal necessarily that the distance was really smart for us because people were painting us as a pair. Even though Cam was spending a lot of his time and tighter with other people in the house, they just saw us as a thing. And so, yes, I backed myself off because we see what this show has done to showmances, and your girl was not about to get caught up.
Now, obviously, as you talked about quite a lot, faith means a lot to you. It means a lot to your life.
Yeah.
Here you're playing Big Brother, which is a cutthroat game where you have to lie, even if it's about who you're voting for, even if it's a white lie that doesn't really matter much. How were you able to balance, your faith, and then you're playing this cutthroat, at times really cruel and horrible game?
Yeah, that was the hardest portion of this process for me. I had to constantly tell myself, Chelsie, this is a game. Play the game. At the same time, majority of living in the Big Brother house is simply living. So you're not playing 24/7. So there was a lot of times where I was just being Chelsie and my faith just exuded from me, and that was natural. The hardest thing was having to switch, compartmentalize, and say, okay, this is not personal anymore. This is a game. And if I was playing Uno, if I was playing any type of card game or anything where I had to lie, I would do the same thing with my family. We just straight up lie to win. So I had to tell myself, when I'm playing the game, it's a game. But when I shut that off and have those moments where I'm just living with a house guest, that is where I could be truly me. So compartmentalizing was the thing that got me through in this crazy, crazy cool game.
Now, one more question for you.
Go.
You were known on the live feeds for your sermons. Do you have a final sermon now that you're the winner of Big Brother?
Oh my gosh, Chelsea's Cheese Made, day 91, episode 91. Proverbs 24:7. I told you so. I told you your girl is going to make it to the end. All you got to do is don't have an ashy attitude, believe in yourself, encourage yourself, and have a little faith. Point blank, period.
Well, Chelsie, thank you so much for having the time to talk to us today.
Yeah.
You were one of the most well-balanced players we've seen in such a long time. Congratulations again, and all the best to you in the future.
Thank you so much, John.
Take care.